Alright, welcome to a demonstration on virtual labs. This particular one is on how horizontal motion affects vertical motion. Most of these Glencoe labs are almost identical. They usually all have some information on the left-hand side, which coincides with the research part of any actual experiment. Underneath that, you'll find the objectives for this particular virtual lab. They do a good job of pointing out each and every one. And if you scroll further down on the left-hand side, you'll find a step-by-step procedure of exactly how this virtual lab is supposed to be done. Everything the students need is right there. Underneath that, you'll find the journal, which we'll talk about in detail about later, the calculator, and a table, graph, chart, something like that. Every one of these Glencoe labs has these three features, and they're unique to each individual virtual lab. It's always good to take a look at those virtual lab tables or charts to see exactly what they want you to plot in these. Now, if we go back up, it says for procedure, it says watch the video. A good amount of these virtual labs have a video for the students to watch. While there is no sound playing with this one, it's just describing the path of the ball with vertical motion compared to horizontal motion. Now, I went ahead and stopped it just a little bit short after a little bit here. But these videos give a good amount of information about the subject in question, the nice little background knowledge, along with the information on the left-hand side for the research component of any experiment. Now, it wants us to go up there, click 0, and launch the ball. Then it wants us to go ahead and record everything in the table or chart, which I'm going to go ahead and do. However, the unfortunate part about this is I have not figured out a way to get this to save so that it will continually erase. So I always have students go ahead and write everything down on a piece of paper. Alright, finishing up putting the information into the table. If you X out of it, go back to it, it's gone. Once again, that's definitely unfortunate that it erases that information, but it is what it is. Once again, I always had students do it on paper. So let's go ahead and reset the ball, change our horizontal velocity, and see what happens when the ball gets dropped again. Obviously, a different reaction with virtual lab. They are very, very realistic to real-life scenarios. Going back to the chart, gone again. It's unfortunate. Let's take a look at that journal. In the journal are usually questions that students can answer, and normally they're pretty good about trying to find the overarching concepts in the virtual lab. They're usually very concept-driven questions, very hypothetical, very thought-provoking questions. These are just some examples you go through. Once again, they can answer them on there. However, I had students do them on paper. That way they had something to turn into me from the virtual lab. And this last little thing here, went ahead and cranked the velocity up to 12, as high as it will go, releasing the ball just to see what will happen. And once again, we get another distinct reaction with the virtual lab. There are many more virtual labs out there. I hope you've enjoyed this simple little demonstration.